And there we go, both teams are ready, and I think we have one or two funny surprises for you. Let's go, guys.
Outstanding, and now we have Dystopia Ally. Oh no, actually, yes we do. No, wait, who do we got? We've got Death from Above versus Noir Mercenary Group. Apologies for that, I'm looking at the list and being an idiot. And we have Death from Above fielding a Tengu, a Vulture, a Curse, a Daredevil, a Raven Navy issue, a Thrasher, a Basilisk, a Hugin, and a Badger Mark II.
And we have Noir Mercenary Group fielding 3 Sleipners, a Daredevil, a Claymore, a Scimitar, Nighthawk, and a Daredevil.
Yep, and it looks as if this is going to be a pretty fun match. We're seeing a Raven Navy issue fielded first time in the tournament.
Yeah, and of course the Badger Mark II, which may have led to your confusion regarding the Dystopia Alliance.
Yeah, so this is what it was. I saw the Badger Mark II and thought of Tirax Thok immediately with all his wonderful Aetheron setups in the past. And that was where my confusion stems from. Pretty much like, you know, Soundwave and his bear and raccoon kind of thing.
Yeah, bears and raccoons are easily confused. I could see how one could have that problem.
Absolutely, I agree. And we have the 10-second countdown in local has just finished, and the match is now underway.
Got some drones popped by Noir. Drones popped by Noir. And the Daredevils are speeding towards Death from Above group.
Yeah, we have medium shield maintenance bots dropped for Noir Mercenary Group, so it looks as if they're going for the logistics drones route. We've also lost one Daredevil, I believe, already for... Oh no, actually it's still alive. We've got the logistics pilot doing his job there. We've got the Noir Mercenary Group Daredevil just hanging on.
And it looks like they've switched to the Noir Scimitar, which is now at a sliver of shields.
Yep, it looks as if Death from Above there going straight for the Scimitar of Noir Mercenary Group. Probably the linchpin of their setup, I should imagine, given how many shield tanked ships they've got on the field.
Yeah, and they're actually splitting their damage. They're also hitting the yes, they're hitting the Thrasher as well. And they both popped, I believe. Scimitar and Thrasher down for Death from Above.
Yep, we have lost the Scimitar for Noir Mercenary Group. We have one of their Daredevils quite heavily into armor. In fact, yep, we've got him half into armor now. We've got one of the Sleipnirs as well from Noir Mercenary Group starting to take quite significant shield damage with no logistics to back him up.
That was from Death from Above. And it's actually the Noir Sleipnir that's starting to take damage. And it's slowly trickling down at about 10% shields. Noir Mercenary Group currently have a Claymore, a Sleipnir, a Nighthawk, a Daredevil, Sleipnir on the field, and another Daredevil.
And Death from Above still fielding the Tengu, a Vulture, a Curse, a Raven Navy issue, a Basilisk, a Hugin, and that evil Badger Mark II.
And Noir's Sleipnir is dropping fast now. 10% armor, and it's going to hit structure any second to go.
Yeah, he's pretty much out of the running now. We still have 2 Sleipnirs, Nighthawk, Claymore, 2 Daredevils on the field for Noir.
And that Sleipnir's dropped. Death from Above still has Vulture, Basilisk, Tengu, Badger Mark II, Raven Navy issue, Curse, and Hugin. We're seeing some damage taken to Death from Above's Basilisk now. It's only about 25% shields, and it looks like it's being ripped up.
Yep, it looks like he's repping up quite significantly there. It doesn't look as if Noir are going to be able to take him down, in fact. They appear to be losing another one of their Sleipnirs, diving deep into shield there, due to hit armor very soon.
Yeah, I suspect that this one's taking a turn for the worse for Noir.
Yeah, you know,
shields.
I'm going to hazard a guess that this Badger Mark II is hiding something very evil, and it is in fact a Battle Badger famed for its ECM capabilities, because these Sleipnirs from Noir should be putting out a hell of a lot more damage than what they are, so I'm assuming that at least one of them is probably jammed.
One of the other things that I think is going on here is that Basilisk is being used for bait.
Yeah, I do agree in that respect. Again, the two Daredevils left for a Noir Mercenary group, both taking shield damage. Um, Yet another one of their Sleipnir is the only one remaining left on the field now, into half shields and dropping quickly. This is actually surprising. I was expecting Noir to put on a better show than this for their first match.
Well, I mean, that's one of the great things about the tournament is you can always hazard a guess up front and say, oh, these guys were great last time around, but that doesn't always end up being the case.
Yeah, but it actually looks to me as if, from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing, that the Tengu from Death from Above is actually repping the Basilisk, and the Basilisk might be really heavily tanked as bait. It certainly looks that way.
And we have that last Sleipnir down, leaving Noir with only a Nighthawk, Daredevil, and Claymore. And their Daredevil is about to drop as well. He's hitting structure now. Then he goes boom.
Yep. So we have a Nighthawk, a Claymore, and a Daredevil left on the field for a Noir Mercenary group, and a Tengu, Vulture, Curse, Raven, Navy Issue, Basilisk, Hugin, and Badger Mark II left on the field for Death from Above.
Looks like they've switched fire to Noir's second Daredevil now. No, onto the Claymore.
Yeah, they've been chopping and changing quite a bit with their targets. We can see there Romeo Johnson of Noir Mercenary Group starting to take heavy shield damage. And for confirmation, that Tengu is definitely remote repping the Basilisk. This is an interesting tactic, actually, because we've seen the T3s used in the past in the tournament for damage capability. A lot of Tengus with really heavy tank and a lot of damage, but this is the first time we've seen extensive use of it as a logistics ship, so it's nice to see it being used to its full advantage.
Yeah, that's actually extremely interesting, because every time around, as that Claymore hits half armor, every time we have a tournament, people talk about how great a logistics ship a Tengu can be, but nobody ever really comes out with it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you have a Basilisk, generally you will use it instead of using a Tengu, because the Tengu's offensive capability is much more impressive. But it's one of those things, I guess. It's really a tactic that's worked very well for them. We can see there the Nighthawk from Noir Mercenary Group, Pilot Philestria, is starting to take shield damage now. And I'm actually surprised at how quickly that's losing its shields. I should imagine that the Curse from Death from Above is playing a significant part in this with its cap warfare.
That it is, and the damage is trickling away on that Nighthawk. Only a Nighthawk and a Daredevil left for Noir Mercenary Group.
Yeah, and I think that the remote support shown from Death from Above here is absolutely awesome. I mean, there's cap transfer going on all over the place. So it's actually a bit of a mixed bag of ships, but it's a hell of a loadout, and it's obviously been really well thought through.
As the Nighthawk loses shields, I suspect he'll be gone any moment now, as he's already in half armor. Which will leave Noir Mercenary Group with only a Daredevil. Who could very well be a hero Daredevil, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think he's going to get spanked as soon as they get the weapons on him, to be honest. So, Tengu, Vulture, Curse, Raven, Navy Issue, Basilisk, Hugin, and Badger Mark II versus a Daredevil for Noir Mercenary Group. I sure wouldn't like to be that Daredevil pilot right now. He's right out on the edge of the arena boundary at present, just sort of orbiting them at a really ridiculous range.
Well, maybe he's just enjoying himself, or he didn't realize there was a fight going on in the center of the arena.
Yeah, I think he's out sightseeing, because we do have a quite a nice, pretty lava planet over there as well, so maybe he's just taking in the sights before he ends up getting ported back to Empire.
And he's slowly drifting. Is he drifting in terrain? I can't really tell from this angle.
Yeah, but looks like he's actually no, it looks like he's actually still sat out right on the perimeter of the arena. He's just kind of sat there, just wondering whether he wants to go in and take on that Curse, I should imagine.
Oh, he's just orbiting. He's just enjoying himself. And I
Yeah,
guess they're looking at him.
we really need some like really slow-paced classical music now, or maybe some Benny Hill, just to kind of smooth things over a little bit. But this match has gone nowhere fast.
Some yakety sax. He's looking at things, and they're looking at him looking at things. Who will blink first?
This is the fun part of the tournament, I guess, where we just kind of have to ramble a little bit, and oh, it looks as if there is a big huge lump of advanced cruise missiles, devastated precision cruisers. They're heading off towards that Daredevil of Noir. It looks as if he's getting into range, so hopefully we'll see this guy go down soon.
No, I'm pretty sure he went right back out of it after taking about half shields.
Why won't you just die?
This guy sure is a daredevil.
Now, see, if this was me, I'd start upon my own teammates, to be honest. It would be pretty hilarious. But, there's not really a great deal that we can commentate on this roasted part of Noir Mercenary group, just kind of hanging out there by the end of the edge of the arena boundary, and he's just sort of trying to keep these guys at bay and deny them the points, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could factor into this to some form of a strategy as a spoiler.
Yeah, well, you never know. It could come to the point where they need only a couple of points to advance, and if they let this guy die, then they could really be kicking themselves. So it's best to retain as many points as you possibly can, or rather not give as many points away as you possibly can to any of the opposing teams. I'm not sure how long we actually have left of the match, but it looks as if we may be here a while, guys.
Well, if you were this Daredevil, Varone, what would you do?
I don't know what I would do. I would probably just go and try and kill that curse for a laugh, or, suicide into the middle of them all. I wouldn't want to prolong the horror of commentators having to fill in the time.
Yeah, well, perhaps you're more of a humanitarian than this particular pilot is. Although I will point out that you did believe that Noir was going to take this, and they didn't.
Unless, of course, well, yeah, I did think that Noir was going to take this, and I'm really surprised that they didn't. They're a class act on Tranquility, and people pay a lot of money for those guys to actually go out and take on targets on their behalf. So I was really expecting it to be a whitewash on the part of Noir, but Death from Above really surprised me. In all honesty, I think that Noir should have done a little bit better in this situation, but it's just, you can never really tell. I guess the tournament always has its upsets. You can see there again now. I think that Daredevil pilot's actually just teasing them a little. You can see the Raven Navy issue there, hurling cruise missiles at him, but not really doing a great deal.
Well, he's almost out of shields, but I'm thinking maybe the Noir Mercenary group, much like the A-Team, each has their own individual specialities. And perhaps this Daredevil pilot is a master of orbiting.
He very potentially could be. He's certainly doing a good job of it right now. We can see there, he actually has a local armor rep fitted as well. He's just clawed his armor back there. But I honestly can't understand why the guy doesn't just either explode or, say, hey, you guys won. But, there's a lot of the match left. We've got to wait and see what happens. You never know. This lone Daredevil pilot could actually scare Death from Above enough to the point where he's actually able to ransom their entire team.
Well, stranger things have happened. There's still missiles going at him, but I don't think they're hitting him. Oh! And he has just completed another orbit.
Yep, he's staying just outside of range of the cruise there, I guess. He's also got heavy missiles as well heading towards him, but there's really not a great deal that we can do other than continue to ramble, I guess.
You know what I liked this morning, Varone?
What did you like, Darius?
Sleeping peacefully in my bed. and I was woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning by a screaming child. And I don't think there's anything greater in this world. So anybody who's considering having children or whatever, it's its own gift.
Yep. I can see how that would be a wonderful thing, although I'm not very much of a morning person myself, and I really, really would rather get a good night's sleep.
Oh no, it's wonderful, because then when you wake up, you take the baby and then you have to feed it.
I'm actually thinking we should check the market around here, see if there's any of these newfangled bits of equipment for setting up like planetary installations and stuff, and we should probably just wait for this Daredevil to finish while setting up like some form of production chain on that planet over there, and like trying to make nanite paste or some crap.
The fight's over. Death from Above has won the match, and we will hand it back to CCP Soundwave.
Thank you very much for that exciting match. Ships blowing up, baby advice, all kinds of information that make this Alliance tournament great. After this, we have one of the big matches coming up. It is Dystopia Alliance versus Morse Me, two very well-known names. We are just about 5 minutes behind schedule, but we'll try and make up as fast as possible, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.